Hafa my name's Melissa Caton. I'm the program director for Magi. Today we're actually here with several instructors, Sainas coming from all over to teach dance, chant, bracelet, like coconut weaving, Chamorro genealogy. We have representatives representing Guam, CNMI, the Marianas Festival Committee is collaborating with so many different people, different parts, people who are very passionate about sharing to perpetuate our Chamorro culture, to unite our Marianas, to bring our community together. A lot of us in our hearts, we're very mahalang, we miss home. The Marianas Festival comes together by all these volunteers. The importance of bringing this to our children, our community, families who can afford to take their families back home to actually get to learn, to immerse themselves in our culture, just to be encompassed in it all. It means a lot to us, and we see the impact, we hear the impact, and it is a beautiful process. It is a lot of work. Everybody's showing up for this big cause to unite everybody and to give them the experience. It's so much fun.
Hafa everybody, my name is Tony Mentanonia. I come all the way from Guam, the village of Inarahan, and what I'll be doing today is the pandanus weaving. The majority of the weaving nowadays is for fashion. What I do is I teach the exact items that our ancestors used to use back then. The pandanus tree, there's 3 types of pandanus in Guam, which is the agak, the kafu, and the paung. So we use the agak for weaving because it's much more pliable. Also, I'll be teaching how to weave using the coconut leaves, weaving baskets, because some of them live far away from Guam or far away from their islands. What they do is they want to have it and preserve it so that they can display it at home. So you see a lot of these things coming out at the festival, and that's the pride of the Marianas.
Really learn to use the system, navigate the system, how to read food stamp papers, how to get social security papers. I'm 7 years old. How do you read a government paper? It's tough for us, even in our adult years, to read these papers, right? A deaf adult typically has a reading ability, reading, writing, about, like anywhere from 2nd to maybe 5th grade, and that's it. Is it because they're not smart? Absolutely not. It's because the English words does not matter. It's not an English thing. It is an ASL thing, and it's very visual.
Malik, good, fine. Yeah, Malik. Just simple. Tiwatungo. I don't know. Tiwatungo. Yeah, Ekwa. Right, so you do the sign of the cross. Umazu is the place where you pray. Alright, now on to so I'm from Talapofo, which means waterfall. Myla, come here.
Hi, Hafa. My name is Liz Sablon Rodriguez. I use she, her pronouns, and my mother comes from Saipan, and I'm really excited for the Marianas Festival. I really appreciate these workshops because they help me connect to culture. Being born and raised in diaspora, I'm learning more and more every minute, every year, and I love ways in which I can visually represent culture, and so I'm really excited for this workshop today.
My name is Serene, and this is RC. And Darcy, we are here to do the ligatitude beads, necklaces, and then we're going to be doing some marmor. It's called moya. And you can see we have beads right here. We're getting them ready. Hold on a second, let's start your pattern from the bottom.
Yeah, I was gonna do this one, but it's all mixed.
No, I'm just kidding. Yeah.
Try
this.
Yeah.
Okay. Then that's where you're gonna start your colors here, whatever you're gonna put. And then, like, let's say do 3 of this, and then use this as a connector. Yeah. 1 and then 3 of the.
I think it works.
Say that again. So you can do 3 of this, and then connect 1, so 3, 1, and then 3. If you want to use this, or if you want to stick by this one.
3 something.
Yeah.
3 than that.
Yes.
Hafa, I'm Bernard Ponzalan. I'm the founder and principal investigator of the Chamorro Roots Genealogy Project, and we're here at Heritage High School as part of the Marianas Festival. I'm excited to be doing this workshop for our people and for our children, most importantly. For them to know their heritage, particularly those of us that are part of the Chamorro diaspora, and will continue to be anywhere in this world, that they have access, to a portal of our genealogy and our heritage, that's accessible online and through workshops as we continue to move forward with this. If you're not here with us, maybe one day, I'll be able to be in your area and deliver one for you. So most people know up to their great-grandparents. Many do not know really they just know to their grandparents, I should say. So here's a short slide. Normally my slide is busier than this, when I show the roots and everything, but all these last names are what I present to you, with their names.
And then do the hand like that. I saw some of the design is that they would put in some of the pottery, they will make a freehand, the line and everything, and it looks so, it's not totally perfect, not the same as the other ones. Because there is a status quo, meaning if you're a high class and I'm a low class, I cannot supersede your design. I have to be
Not as straight.
not as great. Now I'm going to make a triangle, and how they do it is they eyeball it. And then up to that, how they put the artwork inside the lime, that is a totally different story. It's there's another process to do it. So pottery is one of the vital material culture of ancestors, and there's a need to do it. Janggin bula mo malaguin tumungo tamani man yanata matsugi badani kacis yan lo importante sa mamatay da kung kada tao to dia malingo o da mate bulan na tinangon niya malingo lo malagzo muli na siya tempo da kalaki todo klase siya na finadinas fashion no kumuta sulit tati kumuta panano tati masyad 5 paso mona da tatsogi Satas kutsigi sumogisti punito sempre ikuturata lalala ikuturata sa karato mote mungkin kutsino aplatsa mapus bula ore por fatinas low deve na tasogi sa hita ko te chenegisi ita aparata no pete mona ikuturata henengo ita ni pengata.
And as far as the rosaries, it's mostly associated when someone passes away. And the tradition is to have a 9-day rosary open to the public, and then 9 days for just the family.
We pray 9 days, right, for the rosary, and then we have the funeral, and then they have the 9 days after. And so I know that people kind of wonder, like, why do we do that? And I think you guys have celebrated here in the States where it's kind of a fast thing. People don't really do the 9 days anymore. You get buried fast.
It's a good thing if the rosary's done nowadays.
Yeah, I remember the 9 days, and now being a part of when it's not 9 days. When it comes to grieving, right? I think we also take it for granted, us Chamorros, about the grieving process because we're so that family support that we always grown up to have and understand. I think now we're going to be coming into a time where we're going to be really appreciating these 9 days, because for a while there's a burden. It's become a burden, for everybody because people work and it's all of that. But I think now that we've had that piece of where we don't really have that same support as much, that those 9 days kind of afforded. I think there might be I think it's going to come back again because people are longing for that comfort, that consolation that comes with these 9 days of prayers from people.
So I'm wondering, do my sister and I have any similarities to this missing grandmother, right? And if I were to see maybe maybe since this is the era, this is the time. That's why my sister bought that book, hoping to look through and see if maybe there might be a cousin or someone with a resemblance to my mother, or my aunties, my two aunties, because this is the time and this is possibly the place.
Affaire in the Anhusi Dakota Kamatsu.
Na Anhusi Joseph Sorteza.
Then Hamigina ni Dimatangumat Nafina Inetnum. So we come from the Dimatangumat family, and we're here to share a workshop in our philosophy and how we approach creative and cultural reclamation.
You'll be joining with us a series of movements, practicing our lalas, as well as being very intentional with the work that we do present to the community, and we want to bring our community into as well.
We recognize that over the last 400 years or so, our people have had to put a lot of our cultural practices, and specifically our ceremonial and spiritual practices, to sleep. And so our name is Dimat Tangumat because it means the front of the house, where everybody's welcome. And we're in this process of taking what we've learned from our elders and from the people that we exchange knowledge with, and bringing the knowledge of our ceremony and our spirituality to the front of the house, for everybody to come and be a part of it, for us to learn from everybody that's a part of the circle.
So we're very blessed to be here at the Marianas Festival. We're very blessed to be able to pop up and share with our community from Wuhan, as well as from all throughout Turtle Island, here in this very special place.
And it's important to us, as we acknowledge this place, that we acknowledge the First Nations of this place, the Chinook-speaking peoples, the Grand Ron, and all of those tribes whose names that we don't know because of colonization. Part of our work is we acknowledge their ancestors, we acknowledge their role as the spiritual guardians of this place, and that we are just visitors, just like we would in our canoe protocols as Micronesian navigators.
This is Mååse.
Mååse.
Today, my name is Saina Joel Larimer, and I am the instructor and Marges Guma of Guma Imahi. The importance of Chamorro dance in relation to the Chamorro culture is very, very vital. It tells the stories of the lives of the Chamorro people. It also tells the stories of the past. It tells the stories of the present, and it'll tell the stories of the future. When it comes to the arts, especially dance, song, chants, and language, it makes it easier for our dancers to grab on to the culture and acknowledge the culture as different, compared to reading it from a book. When you read from a book, there's only so much that you can get from it, but when you're actually being the storyteller, it places you within that sort of realm of being in the shoes of our ancestors who have walked before us. It's a passion that I do, and it's something that until my last breath I will continue to do. And I hope that those of you who continue to do this work, kind of Frank said, that you do it for the right purpose. And you're doing it for our people, our culture, and our islands. Don't be ashamed of who you are.
Buenas para todos amigos, inaano si Frank Rabon, tau bodyguard do sinanaw dan tau Camilian Kokora dan Bobo i Benavente, Lolo i Rivera, Kokora i Cepeda dan Tugan i Rabon. Ititotso o establisa talo tati i Bailan Samoro. Mutsu masa man masakengo ni todo ne manhalong todo i tau son hijong i Rilihon dan i gera ni man malagnos. Todo tu siya na casino 300 años ni malofan ni mafunas todo i Bailan Samoro. Pago na mulala i Bailan Samoro sa casino 40 años desde mulala desde no tutun y 1983. Paugos sa 40 años, 42 años, este na matutunan si sa man masalapon todo is imidyan no. Esti bailan sa moro no bintahas di sa aprotektehi asasad ba i lingwahe dan i kultura sa kada man baila sa kada mapula todo hujung i historian i tau-tauta dan i lingwahe et sige na unlili et sige na maprotektehi i lingwahe. Sa tigome guys ta pago di tanautam man finot sa moro. Mutsumasi man hobin. Pinat iman amko man finot sa moro na hasta no mamatay mutsumas iman amko man hahano no man matay. No pago na tempo iman hobin maulik sa man interesao isita pago ta poksay da ta panagwi ni ifinot sa moro ko sa no o masusteni ilingwahe. Sa hina na pon alog na sa moro andun tungo tay mano fumilos sa moro. Isita un spray empeño pon ketungo ilingwahe. Senige no na itilipas ni munda dadanya in resata iningeta dan ilinalata ilingwahe.
Half a day, I'm Tasi.
Half a day, I'm Lavelle.
And we're from Las Vegas from the group
Marianas!
This workshop means a lot to me because I love seeing all the Mariana Islands be united when we're usually separated.
This also means a lot to me, just seeing everyone get together and united. It's just, you can feel all the love and then the strength spreading our culture.
Chamorros to the world!
Ladies and gentlemen, she's going to be talking about a beautiful legend that most people, most Chamorros know about.
My name is Kalia Mantanolia Banks. Have you ever heard of a mermaid? Today I want to tell you a special story about a mermaid from the beautiful island of Guam. Her name is Surena. Long ago, there was a little girl named Surena who loved the water more than anything. She would spend all her time swimming and playing in the Hagåtña River. Her mother would always tell her, Serena, come home and do your chores. But Serena loved the water so much, she would get distracted and forget. One day, her mother became very frustrated. She shouted, since you love the water so much, you might as well become a fish. And because her grandmother loved Serena so much and didn't want to turn completely into a fish, she quickly added, but let her be half girl, half fish. And at that very moment, Serena's body from the waist down turned into a beautiful fish tail. Serena became the first mermaid of Guam. People say she can still be seen swimming in the waters of the Hagåtña River. A reminder to listen to your parents, but also a beautiful legend about the magic of the land.
Wow. All right. Well, lucky for Serena, you know, the right half of her body would. Can you imagine if the top half was a fish? Okay. All right. And that's gonna do it for the Marianas Minute. Thank you so much for that.
My name is Michael Van Lyon, and we're Hawaii, which is the bottom part of the latisto. It's made of two parts, the haligi and the tasa, and the haligi is the post. It's also another word for a post, or like the support beams in like a wall or anything like that. And so actually Memes kind of gave me my name because I had one before, and I was like, I need one that symbolizes where I am and where I want to go next. It's standing tall and proud and being that simple. So I love my new name. My old name, by the way, was Dudu. It means ladle, or like a vessel, any vessel really that contains water. And most people will remember something called a latten dudu, which is like just a can of tomatoes that you'd stick out in the rain, and then you would throw it in the icebox and freeze it, and then you'd have water later. So that imagery I also like, because at that part of my journey, I was just trying to collect for my family. And I wanted to store it for a later time to be able to just pour it out onto my family as well. So that was also a good one. But I got a lot of like snickers from the name from old ladies from the Bihas. They didn't want to say my name, and so I'm still very proud of my name and I like it, and so people still call me that. But I also have a new sensitive name for the Bihas. I'm from San Diego. I was born in Long Beach and born in Long Beach area and raised in Long Beach area. Way when I was a teenager, way back when, I danced for. It's kind of what now became Couture and Chamorro Foundation, but it was called Halete and Chamorro, and I don't even remember that person anymore. I don't know how to dance. I'm bad at dancing, but I did it. I don't know how I performed, and I did it. But I was very into my culture, and then for a lot of reasons, I started pulling away and becoming a little more ashamed, and and stopped that journey a little bit. But recently, I have a 13-year-old daughter. And recently during COVID, I found out that KCF was doing a language program online, and I thought that would be really fun for me to do with her since we're at home together. And I was like, and I've always wanted to learn. I tried to teach myself a lot. My mother doesn't speak. My nana bien Tatumbios spoke, but they're gone now. But I was trying to learn when I was younger and didn't and stopped. And so this was picking it back up for my daughter and having that new energetic let's go, and then reconnecting with just like I am tomorrow and I belong. Yeah. So
Guahusi Tadman, my name is Tadman. Lo Inan Husi Alex White, but I'm Tadman, but my name is Alex White. And Sumasio Giza, Santa Rosa, California. So we're close to each other, Sonoma County. So I live in Santa Rosa. It's about an hour north of San Francisco. And then Leon Guerrero White, Tautau Manilao. So I come from the Leon Guerrero White family in the village of Manilao. And then Didasco Cruz, Tautau Santa Rita, Didasco Cruz family, Santa Rita. And I'm really grateful for what you two shared with Gimat and Guma. I really connected with it, and I was born and raised in Colorado, in like ultra conservative place in Colorado, and my dad grew up saying like I'm American first and I'm Guamanian second. That's like what I grew up hearing. I never visited Guam until I was 10 years old, and the first time I was ever home, one of my cousins says like, well, like your mom's a Haole, like so you're not Chamorro. And so from the time I was 10 until I was like 29, I never felt like I had permission to claim to say that Chamorro. I would tell other people, but I was very I just thought I would just like held on to that pain, to that assertion, and it was really where many of us met during COVID. So Miguel Nabafa that we talked about before was teaching classes online, and that's when I started to learn the language, was like through these Zoom classes online. And then I got to bring my dad, and so my dad is 84. He's the last one in our family that speaks Chamorro. There's no one else that speaks it. All of his older siblings have passed, and his younger siblings, which he only has 2 left, came over to America when they were very young. And so I really just felt like my family's history and our language and our culture was like slipping through my fingers. And I just felt like a real desire and responsibility to learn the language. And so much of that, we'll talk about that during this workshop. So like I think it's, especially since it's the 7 of us, like we'll have like time to really like connect with this so.
Buenas, I'm Angie from Hinengi. I'm a carver and I carve to continue my dad's legacy. Today I'm doing a workshop on carving where you'll have hands-on experience in carving natural bone. My dad was a carver and he mainly carved bone, something like this. This is actually boar tusk, and let me show you one more just for an example. This is a sample of carabao horn and bone. And my dad was known for his storyboard pieces. I didn't actually learn from my dad. I wanted to help him put his work online, and I started doing the fact checking for him, and that's how I started to grow interested in carving and the history behind it. A lot of our history that I learned was through fact checking. When my dad passed away, I just naturally picked it up, and I've always had a steady hand. I went back and watched all the videos that I recorded of my dad, and have just used his technique and his story and continued that. So if you see any of my dad's pieces, my dad's work always has very intricate details, and those are the things that you'll see in my work as well. Is it pretty difficult? That's the case. You want to take out the bit that looks...
The dark gray one.
The dark gray. I don't know what that is.
How do we do that?
Are you guys ready? Yeah. When you're ready, see four, aim at your phone. Okay, ready? Go! Up, up. Okay. Fry. Thanks, you guys. Duck and Ricky. Looking good.
Nice. I'm so weak. Last time I lived this way, we flipped it.
Okay, looks good. Lesson learned.
Perfect. You guys are awesome.
Hey all today, my name is Alan Tovez. I'm here with the sling workshop right now, Roman and Dunkålo. Right now we're learning how to do different techniques using the sling. People didn't know the sling is actually, or the stone is actually the shape of the Guam seal on our island flag. Its importance is it's an ancient Chamorro way of using weapons from obviously back in the ancient Chamorro days. And right now we're just learning the importance and the newfound resurgence of it due to everybody on Guam trying to learn it and get better at it and try to connect with the culture. And that's what we're doing today now.
Give yourselves a little bit of practice. We're gonna give yourself 5 minutes of practice. You know, at the World Championships, you'll see before the events, you're going to see a lot of people. But if they don't have ammunition, you're just going to see making sure that they're honed in. So, give yourself some time with that. And then in 5 minutes, we're going to start Heritage Cup, Oregon 2025. It's the fastest way to put people onto the golf course. And our golf courses are loving it because we give people a crash course in this. And then now they got 10 people that just signed up for golf. You know, just paid the fees and did all of that, then now we give them the benefits. So, you know, like it's, like I said, we do want to turn this into a global sport, so we've been practicing. We've been in conversation with a very prestigious golf course in Ireland, the Ballycastle Golf Club, and we're this close to playing 18 holes on a world-renowned golf course. So we did 18 holes in a kick golf course in Ireland last year. We were able to do that successfully. We just ran a workshop in Ireland last week, and we gave them the same lessons that we learned. So we'll see how that goes with.
Right? I came here proud because I see that the Chamorro language and culture is alive and vibrant. And it is because of all of you that made this all possible.